What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Separated at Birth podcast, episode 4. I am your host, Roman Winds, aka fucking Iceman, joined by my partner in crime, the full fucking measure. Shiny McForenstein is taking the day off. Today you get Iceman and TFM on episode 4 of the Separated at Birth show. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the fuck you are in the EU, my friend. What's going on?
How are you doing, my friend? Dude, straight
Chilling.
up, cheers to you. Cheers to you right there, dude. You are fucking slaying it. That's all I'm saying. You're just fucking slaying it. Guys, it's a little bit different today. So it is in the regular time slot, but this is a premiere, so we're not actually doing this live. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, that would be a terrible way of framing it, but some real life commitments got us busy on Monday, and this is the format that we chose to bring it next week. Same time, same place, same thing. We don't want to throw you guys off too much, but this is the way we're doing it today. Of course, you can still comment and everything like that as we go through the motions of our show and talk about the things that we're going to talk about, but just wanted to explain that in case somebody's wondering, like, what the fuck is going on?
Because there might be a lot of questions of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but I think that might be a trend of the show. I'm just saying this might be the what the fuck episode.
As always, when we are back live, you can always participate in the show because it is a live show by providing any form of support using the stream elements button in the description of the video. You can get your comments or concerns, questions answered on air, be a part of the show, take over the show. But a small little wrinkle, this goes out for all of you, because if you can't support that way, you can always support the podcast by liking the video, commenting after the fact on the VOD, talking to each other in the live chat. But now, if you want to have a question or a topic of the week discussed live on air, please email the show at separatedатbirth@gmail.com. The email will be in the description of this video. What you do is, once this episode's done, if you want us to talk about something, if you want Iceman, if you want Shiny McForenstein, or if you just want regular Roman Winds, you want regular TFM, you can email the show and we can talk about your topic. We can dive into it, and that's at no cost whatsoever. That's for all of our viewers of the show. So please email the show, give us your topics, and let's discuss, baby. But with the business out of the way, I just want to talk to my boy. All right? This is Separated at Birth. We're all getting to know one another. This is your first time meeting the Roman Winds, who you see every week. That's the video game, man. This is Roman Winds in the streets, baby. This is what you get when you run into the homeboy at the club, at the bar. Let's fucking go. I win in them streets and I win in them sheets, baby. So what's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a hell of a fucking week, but this shit right here is the highlight. Straight up, it's every week that goes by, it feels like this is becoming more and more like the thing that I mean, I look forward to making the videos. I look forward to making the streams, all of that. I really do. They're fun as hell. But this just kicking it with you, talking about, stuff that we love, because we have so many intersecting tastes when it comes to the movies we like, the books we read, the comics, the characters we like, and of course the games we play. So it's always fun to just, sort of, I mean, I can't get enough of this. It's not like we aren't phoning each other at odd hours of the fucking day. And just talking about random shit, but it's really gotten to the point where this is really something that I look forward to, and that's also the other reason why the email, all that stuff is good, because we know that there's people in the audience that feel the same way as we do, that also look forward to this, that look forward to the poignant things we say, but also the silly things we say, and we definitely want to get you guys involved in that, because you absolutely fucking should. But for me, this very much has been a week of anticipation. When I wasn't anticipating to get into a fucking game of Lost Ark,
Lost parts,
I was anticipating Horizon coming out, anticipating Elden Ring coming out. So it's very much like a week of anticipation for me. But I have been playing a fucking boatload of Lost Ark when I got the chance to do so. More on that later, because I have some motherfucking fire to spit on that shit. But that's basically it. I don't know if you've been doing, I know that you've been spinning up for some good old Super Bowl action, which I believe is, well, we're recording this on Sunday, so it's motherfucking Super Bowl Sunday. I know that you're getting ready for that. I think that's why we're getting to see Iceman, because Iceman is definitely the kind of person that enjoys him some Super Bowl.
Iceman's got fat stacks betted on the game, baby. We might come out with a payout, and then these fucking glasses are going to be gold next week, depending on how these wagers go.
Let's go.
Okay, so big night on
who's
UFC
winning?
wagers last night too. All right,
winning?
so listen, I cover both bases. All right, if you want to have a successful battle, you cover multiple avenues of fucking approach. Okay, that's number one. Okay, I got the Rams in the money line. All right, just straight up, but I got a nice offset bet on the freaking Bengals to come out and cover the spread, baby. And in my heart, I want the Bengals to win.
Okay.
We aren't a sports show. I could go all day into the in and out and how I bet these things. But listen, if the Rams win, your boy's getting a fat fucking check. Let's just go with that, all right? That's all you need to know.
So it would be a pretty big deal if the Rams win, right?
If the Bengals win.
I was going to say.
If the Bengals win. I'm getting all turned up. But listen, if the Bengals win, your boy gets a fat stack. That's all I got to say about that. All right.
But I mean, who's favored to win? The Rams, right?
The Rams by a lot. Yeah.
By like a lot. Dude, so that's the thing. I like having this conversation with someone that knows what they're talking about, because I am by no means a Super Bowl aficionado, and I also don't know nearly enough about the game. Up until recently, and by recently I mean like 2 years, I only just realized how the game actually works. So I'm very much like a fucking novice of note when it comes to it. So, but I've definitely been caught up in the, you would not believe this, but Super Bowl is actually a big thing here in Copenhagen. So they have bars and stuff that'll be, obviously showing the game live this morning, because it's going to be obviously like super late here, or early in the morning when it actually airs. Because what time is it? What time is the kickoff? That'll
typically start at around like 6 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so that's like 12 o'clock here. That's like 1 o'clock in the morning here. So there's tons of places here that have been advertising like crazy. Come watch the game live, everything like that. And I've gone to one previously that was. People were going off the fucking walls with this shit. So I'm definitely interested in it, but like I said, it's difficult for me to say. I don't want to be that guy that just backs the winner to win. You know what I mean? Like that's not cool. So, but from what I can see, right, it definitely would be the Cinderella story if the Bengals win, for sure.
Absolutely. But, something I know we haven't really talked about it with the people yet. I'm kind of dropping this on you right now, but you fired me up, baby. We wanted to let all of our viewers know at the Separated at Birth podcast, we have a kind of unspoken stretch goal. We don't save and keep for ourselves any monetary contribution to this show. All support given to this show is for a surprise live show in fucking person. So anything you guys give us goes into a fund. And we are going to do a live show, whether it be in America, whether it be in Denmark. We haven't decided yet.
Or some weird fucked up middle location where we get together, whatever. Who knows?
Who knows? But if you do come to America, I will take you to a football game. And you will never be the same again.
Oh, dude.
I have a season ticket holder to one of the premier teams in the world. So you come with your boy. You get in. You go on the field, you see some big ass motherfuckers throwing around an oblong shaped ball, and then we get lit.
Fire that pigskin downrange, bro.
Fire that pigskin downrange, baby.
I would love that. I mean, that might have just edged over doing it in America than somewhere else. That right there might have just, kind of like sealed the deal.
Well, listen, Iceman's got connects everywhere, baby. So no matter where we are, we're gonna have a fucking time, okay? So don't even worry about that, all right? You bring yourself, you bring shiny McForehead, Steve, and you bring a lot of energy, whether you get it synthetically, chemically, or however. You bring that energy.
The best is if you get it all 3 ways at the same time,
That's right. And we're gonna have a time, baby. We're gonna have a time. So this is a challenge to all of you out there in the community. If you want to see this happen sooner, be part of the show, like and subscribe, comment. Dono questions, emails, topics. Be a part of the show any way that you can. That'll make it happen sooner. Or this thing will take a little bit of time, and then we'll do it later. And then,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're just talking about speed here, baby. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. Wait.
So.
Oh, speed like time. Yeah.
Not like speed. Like what's on the table there next to you. Come on, Iceman. So you haven't told me yet. Have you been bitten by the ark that is lost? Is it something that's been keeping you busy this week? Tell me stories.
Like any good relationship that is with someone you love. All right.
You want to choke the fuck out of them sometimes?
I want to choke the fuck out. Listen, water's wet. The sky is blue. and I still love my
Satan
fucking
Claus
wife.
is gonna get you.
And Santa Claus is gonna get you. But I love Lost Ark. It's pissed me off. I want to divorce it. I've all but given up for now on the EU side because it is just uninhabitable.
I feel Smilegate have done the same. I think they're with you on that one. They've also been like, fuck EU, we'll come back later. Bye.
On the NA side, I've been having a blast. I have 2 max level characters now.
Nice.
I'm farming end game content. So if you're interested in having refuge from the EU side, please join Roman Wins on the NA side. The Winner's Circle is a guild that has been formulated. We are on the Galatur server, so yeah, come on over, join us. But I have a lot of things to say about Lost Ark, so let's go back and forth.
Let's do that, right? Let's do a little Lost Ark discussion here right now because I don't want the points to get too cold. Let's
open it with some stats first before we get into this. Lost Ark,
I like me some stats. Let's go.
Lost Ark is an MMO ARPG, and in 24 fucking hours, it is now the second most played game in the history of Steam. Millions of people are crawling into this game, hoping for a little taste of some Diablo and get a little their MMO itch scratched. And it's a massive game. It had over 1.5 million viewers on Twitch in the first day of its release.
1.5 million founders packs fucking sold.
It's just it's taken over the world.
Look, I want to attach some importance to that first stat that you just put in, all right? Because remember that means that this game is competing with the likes of Counter-Strike and shit like that, right? Which is a completely different kind of game and traditionally draws way fucking heavier numbers. I mean, we're also talking like Destiny and shit, right? Pulls way heavier numbers than a game like this, which is kind of niche in a way, right? That is a pretty big fucking deal. And it surely is a massive accomplishment for them. But at the same time, I want to say to that, what is just so important to me while we have discussions like that, discussions about milestones and fucking hitting ultimate highs, it is super important because you could be the hype man for this shit, but let me be the one that fucking, let me be the fucking drag. These guys need to put the effort and that money back into this fucking game because the EU servers are burning fucking down.
Yeah, it's really bad. I spent we paid for Founders Packs. We both bought Platinum Founders Packs, and we got in 3 or 4 days early. And even in those 4 days of early release, we couldn't get into the game.
Yeah,
I spent 48 hours fighting 20,000 player queues, and this was across multiple servers. It was hit or miss, and then they put out fraudulent times on their social saying, hey, we'll be up at this time. So people got up, wanted to get in at these times, and then they would do unannounced maintenance times for hours. They did a scheduled 4-hour maintenance that turned into a 12-hour maintenance. And then even when you got in, characters were missing. So people who got in early and were able to fight the queue monsters grinded for 20 hours straight, and then their characters disappeared and they couldn't play them until they rolled that back.
And what's important to say is everything that you're saying right now is standard MMO bullshit, right? We've seen this happen on like you've been down the fucking road, bro. You've played them all. You've played Final Fantasy. You've played fucking World of Warcraft. You've played all the big ones, right? And all of the
Guild Wars,
even the fucking big ones, right? The World of Warcraft. Remember, I don't know if you played World of War Classics fucking launch. Fuck show. Or go further back, right? Think about the expansions, Burning Crusade,
Burning Crusade.
Yeah, dude, those were fucking terrible. And surely, look, Blizzard had at that stage a lot more money,
cachet and money,
than Smilegate does, right? Definitely not no more money than Amazon. So I don't know what the fuck is going on there. But in any case, the point is just that these complaints, right, are standard MMO complaints. But you know what pisses me off more than that? It's the fact that there's even a fucking term like that. Standard MMO complaints. How come not one fucking company can just break the mold and go, nah, bro. We're not going down that road. We're not those people. We're about like not that life. So, and they surely have to not go off too much of a tangent here, because the point is, was it our choice to play on the servers that had the queues? Yes. Did we know those servers were going to have queues on them that fucked us around? No. Because we weren't explained that, hey, there was going to be nothing that we can do for you, dude. You get on this queue, you deploy your founders pack, oopsie poopsie, that's on you, baby. It's fucking done. So the part is, there's a lot of the stuff that's our own fault.
Explain that, though. explain that though. If you popped your founders pack on a character
Yeah.
and that server's full and you can't use that character or make alts, which is the real benefit of a founders pack.
Sorry to hear about your bullshit.
You're screwed if you try to go to a low population server. You can't redeem that in my case, $100 founders pack.
Yes.
So go on. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No. But that's an extremely fucking valid point. That is exactly the thing, because I of course made a video on this exact topic to my channel, and a lot of people came out, and even though I had fucking perfectly explained exactly that point, a lot of people came out and said, yeah, but I don't understand why you're freaking about just go to a low pop server and reroll. The point is, you've just spent 12 hours, 16 hours grinding a fucking character. You've just deployed your fucking title, your pets, your fucking all of that, your mount, like all that silver and all of that stuff. The game has in-game currencies which smooth out the transition to 50, which make it easier. That shit's now gone. So yeah, you can go reroll, but you're starting at 1. You're starting with none of those benefits. It doesn't mean that your buddies come with you. If you're in a guild, not everybody uproots their shit and leaves. It's not as simple as that. That's my point. Yes, you can. It's always an option, but it's not as simple as that. It's more complicated.
Yeah, it's more complicated. And but you asked why. You asked the important question. Why do they do this? Why can't they be better? It's because it's money, baby. They know that this is going to peak and then it's going to drop. Yeah. And they're going to pay. They do a mathematical analysis of what the standard retention rate will be. So they build it based on that. They build these server shards and capacities based on that because they don't want to reallocate and combine servers later. So yeah, they're betting on the dip. Like we do in the crypto world.
Which surely there will be. There will be, but
it doesn't help the fuck show and people losing, and because they're burning people that could be potential diehard people that are going to play.
But that's the thing. Don't let's go down the rabbit hole, right? Because they're handling it the way that they are. Don't they force the dip?
That's true. They do.
They force the dip.
And what hurts me is this. I went into this playing. I'm going to play this game as a filthy casual. I just want to dip in. There's other games I want to play. I want to go play Elden Ring here in the next couple weeks, which we'll talk about here shortly. But I want to go, but the game is strong, man. When I got in, I was like, fuck, I know life there for 2 days and I'm really enjoying it and I want to play it. But now I'm separated from my boy. I'm NA, you're EU, and it's like, we're both like yelling at each other. Who's caving first?
Who's caving first? Yeah, exactly. Because the issue is I'm like 3 level 50s fucking strong now. And I have like 3 other fucking alts. I have a guild with people on there and everything like that. And I mean, if I had the opportunity, this is a fact though. If I had the opportunity now and Smilegate said to me, bro, pay us 20 US and move your entire fucking shop, take the whole thing, take the guild, the whole fucking thing, and pop over to NA or whomever, right, to a low pop server, I'd pay it like this. But even that, just think about it. That's already just like, okay, cool. I'm just paying money to just solve this fucking problem, which shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And it's frustrating. It's hella frustrating. But yeah, everybody in the comments, please let us know. Have you tried Lost Ark? How is it going for you? Tell us some of your frustrations. Tell us some of your joys. Tell us if you're going to keep playing the game. And tell us, are you going to go to EU and play with this fucking guy? You're going to come to NA and fucking play with a fucking G. Look at you. You want to get kissed by this face, all right? You're going to come play with this face. I'll kiss you in the game. I will /kiss and we will grade together. We will do chaos dungeons because my life is a fucking chaos dungeon. All right? So please comment in the video and let me know. You're going to go NA. EU, fuck you. And if you're playing the game,
how long did you think of that, dude? Because that came.
Man, don't think, baby. This is off the rip.
No,
but, all right. So, comment in the video, comment in the pod. Let us know, how is your experience with the game going? We'd like to discuss. All right.
Absolutely.
Do you have any more with Lost Ark? Or are we
no, I think we look. Let me finish off what I wanted to say about Lost Ark with the following statement. That is, I wouldn't be this complainy or this fucking upset about something that I wasn't passionate about. I think it's a great game and it has a lot to offer, and I desperately want to play it. And when I can't play it, I get frustrated. That's it. It's that. If this was a piece of shit, I wouldn't even dedicate what we've already done, like 12 minutes on this motherfucker. I wouldn't even do that. So I don't want this to turn into a Lost Ark bashing session, because that's not what it is. But I have fucking concerns, and I'm a consumer that paid to get ahead of the queue, which I then found out was just I jumped from one queue into another fucking queue. So here we go, fucking motherfucker. But okay, let's talk. So that's looking backwards, right? Let's think about what happens in the next 2 weeks. So in the next 2 weeks, two big milestones for me, one for you. I get two fucking games which I've been really, really looking forward to. Actually, no, wait, I'm talking dog shit. This big milestone for you as well. You got King of Fighters.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so what am I fucking saying? Okay, so I've got Horizon Forbidden West coming out this Friday.
King of Fighters did hurt me. There's a big thing. We're not going to talk much about King of Fighters, so I'll just put this before you do your deep, long stroke style into Horizon Forbidden West. But King of Fighters, one of the big things as a content creator, as an aspiring content creator, is trial modes. Trial modes in fighting games allow me to show my skill, show the excellence of execution. All right, that's me, baby. And there's weak ass trial modes. Now, King of Fighters Legendary had the hardest trial modes in all of fighting games. And these are 6 levels, while before, just for context, other King of Fighters would have 20 levels of trials. So, like, cutting it like that, that's going to put a big hit in the content.
Why is that? Why
accessibility? I think they're trying to make the game more approachable to people, because King of Fighters is, of all of the fighting games, has the most execution. It's the hardest to play. You have short hops, you have long hops, you have pretzel motions, you have more harder motions, and they're simplifying it to bring in more people, more casuals. I don't love it, but you got to do that to try and make the game bigger. And the game looks amazing. So cutting down that barrier of entry seems to be a theme, which we'll talk to in some other games. But cutting down that barrier of entry and making things more easy and accessible is a big deal. They're doing it to my beloved favorite fighter of all time. I'm a King of Fighters, then Street Fighter, then Tekken, then Dragon Ball Fighters, which I'm actually pretty good in. Arc System Works games, I lump them all in. So your Guilty Gears, your Blaze Blues, all that. Yeah. So yeah, King of Fighters is the king for me, no pun intended. And they
Andy
limited
Bogart,
the trial
baby,
mode.
let's go.
Andy Bogart's my main, baby.
See, I know shit. Okay, so and that's dropping on Tuesday. Which day?
The 17th.
Which day is that? Which day is that, Mr. Calendar Man? Jesus Christ,
I'm not some B-level DC fucking super
it's
villain.
Thursday. It's actually dropping like the day before my shit. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
Thursday, which is a normal stream day for Roman Wins, go to Roman Wins on YouTube.com. Watch me stream on Thursday.
King of Daddy. Okay, that's awesome.
And then the next is Horizon Forbidden West. Tell me about this game. Tell me what you're looking forward to.
Okay, so that's coming out on Friday. I'll probably be doing I'm still working out the kinks whether I'd be sitting awake at 12 o'clock to click that.
We don't kink shame here at the Separated at Birth podcast. Right?
So
I'm
gonna
chat
do
whatever
that.
you're into, but go on. Tell me more about Eloy.
It's Aloy, you fuck. Eloy is the race from fucking what's his name, bro? The ones that get eaten up by the Murlocs. What the fuck is wrong with you? No. Eloy. Yeah, that's oh my god, dude, I can't. That's Murloc. That's I'm talking about Morlock. Like what? Okay, dude. Dude, you're killing me, Iceman, you rat fuck. Okay, so that shit's. So I'm still figuring out where I'm gonna start playing it at 12 or something like that. But either which way, I have Friday off, so I'm gonna no life the game in some way or form. But the point is, of course, this is the sequel to the very popular Horizon Zero Dawn, which was like in a way, like anybody at that stage who hadn't owned a fucking PS4 yet, suddenly, you're like, oh my god, this has robot dinosaurs in it. Bye. Like it was just like a big thing. That game, of course, eventually ended up coming to PC and just snagged itself a whole bunch of additional fans there. But it is a pretty big deal because the game is coming out on PS5 and PS4. It has essentially 2 different versions of the game. It performs fucking well on the PS4, the footage that they've shared. So it looks really good. It has hit a fucking ridiculous amount of pre-sales. So people that have pre-bought the game. It's nuts. And so I think this game is going to do bad things, do naughty things to sales numbers. I definitely think sales numbers needs to lock up its house and close the windows, because Horizon Forbidden West is coming to beat it around the head and neck area. So it's definitely, I think it's going to sell extremely well. The game, what I've said about it in the past is that obviously it's got a better, graphics and everything like that. So the fidelity of the game itself is better, but it just seems like more of Horizon, which is not necessarily a bad thing. The game now has, get this, over 40 different fucking like dinosaur types, 40 different mechs.
Insane.
So yeah, I think it's gonna do really well. I definitely think I'm gonna love it. That's for sure. I don't, and this is where it gets controversial for me. I don't know if controversial is the right word, but this is the thing, because this might make it seem as if I'm not really a fan. But I don't think it's a game that has longevity of becoming a classic, right? It's going to be a monster game. But the next game we're gonna talk about has right now the possibility of turning into what can be considered a classic, or a turning in games, or a measuring stick for games, and that is of course Elden Ring.
I don't agree with you. I mean, I do agree with you. We'll talk about Elden Ring, but before we get to that, let's go a little bit more into Horizon. Horizon just hit a milestone this week of 21 million units sold across the PS4 and PC.
No, PS5. There's no PC.
No, PC. Epic Game Store. It combined it. Yeah, PC.
Horizon Forbidden West is not launching on PC.
No. I'm talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn sold 20 million units on PC and PS4.
Yes.
So that's a lot.
That's not a joke.
People.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot of people that are invested in the franchise. So there's a lot of people that are going to be anticipating this sequel. Like, it's a lot.
The only problem I see with that, Rome, and sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
The only problem I see with that, right, is the fact that I think there's a lot of people that still don't have a PS5 and that are going, fuck, I don't want to play this game on PS4. I want to play it on PS5, so I'm going to hold off until I can get hold of a PS5. So there's a chunk of change that you're missing there from people. I think that's a thing.
That may be a thing.
I would be one of those guys. If I didn't have a PS5, I wouldn't play this game on PS4.
But you're a tech chaser. You want the best of everything. You're rocking a 3090. You have a beautiful studio, a magnificent bald head, and a massive hog. Like, you're just the type of person that is gonna hold out.
3 of those things are true, by the way.
Write in the chat which one you think is true. I know my vote. But there are a lot of people that
don't work that way.
I can't work that way. I need that one game that's going to stretch me out for hours.
Sure.
And please participate in this question. Are you someone that would hold out for a PS5? Are you eager to get it? Are you someone that would get a PS4 for a game and then with the hope of a massive backlog? Because to me, this isn't just Horizon Forbidden West. This same audience of people that tried this game tried God of War. And God of War is also going to be releasing on PS4, Ragnarok. So, I mean, it's an investment that if you're not going to be able to get a PS5, or it's out of your price range, or you're holding out for a great gift this holiday season of 2022 of a new console, you have something that you can play all these great games, all this great slate coming out in 2022 on a PS4. So please let us know in the comments where you fall in that spectrum.
Sure.
But before we go into Elden Ring, and this is kind of something that we touched upon with King of Fighters and accessibility, a game that I love, that I've been playing on all of my streams, is Sifu, and they're adding a freaking difficulty setting.
I did not know that.
Yes. They announced this at Friday at 7 p.m.
Bro, the complaints have worked.
I'm pissed off. All right.
Yeah, I mean, dude, someone like you who's been trying to grind out like the perfect level 1 and 2 where you have no deaths and you start at a 20 and all that stuff. It's you'll still have that achievement, right? You'll still have that achievement.
80% of people have quit on level 2.
Yeah, but level 2 it's been mentioned by the developer as the hardest level. Level 2 is
ridiculously easy, or level 2 is ridiculously more harder than anything else. Yes.
Yeah. It's such a like for me as a filthy fucking casual, right? And as obviously a person that this game was not aimed at, like I could wrap my head around level 1, and I managed to clear level 1 without dying. 2, brick fucking wall. 2 is rough. Even with the shortcuts.
It's not even the shortcuts, and I don't want to give it away. Maybe I should make a video on it. But
you absolutely should.
Level 2, if you just don't go in and punch people, you can skip almost all of the fights by talking.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. I've done it on my streams, and I didn't know this. I didn't look it up anywhere, and I haven't seen anybody show it. So I mean, yeah, this is probably a good video I can make. But you could just walk into every room and talk to the bouncer at the club, talk to all the people in the different trials, and they won't attack you. They'll be like, "Hey, where's?" You could go into the first guy and say, "Hey, where's Sean?" He's like, "He's in the back of the club."
Like, okay, cool, bro.
You can't get in there without a thing, and then he'll call 2 guys. And then you just beat up those 2 guys, and you go in, and he's like, "Hey, don't hit me, bro!" And you just let him go. That's one guy you can skip. You go into the second area, yeah, you got to beat up everybody, but that's an easy room. You beat up everybody. Then you go into the third room, and there's all these guys hitting heavy bags and train everything like that. You just walk up to the last guy and then be like, "Hey, can I get in there?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead in." And then you just walk in. You skip about 20 people, and you just walk in. So
okay.
if you play it like an action movie, where it's don't hit until somebody starts
don't be the aggressor. Yeah, exactly.
You can get by a lot of stuff.
Well, that's that's amazing that they put something like that in there. But I mean, it's to get back to the stat that you said, 80% of people quit, in second level. I mean, the game is tough. It's fucking tough. There's no way around it. So it is a little bit sad to me that these guys caved in a way and made it easier. And I don't how long do you think that it was? So I mean, that's an Epic only game. What is Epic's return policy? Is it also this 2-hour bullshit like Steam?
I do not know Epic's return policy, but I know that
I'm thinking if they lost a lot of money, if people the minute people dip their feet into the second level and then get fucking bitch slapped and they're like, no, this isn't for me, and then quit out. I think Epic's is more lenient. I think Epic is 4 hours or something. So that would be interesting, because I mean, if they're losing out on sales, then I fucking get it. It's a business decision, but
that doesn't help the people on console. They can't return that.
No, exactly. Well, yeah,
it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. Either which way, it's just like, as a developer, if you cave like this, and this is just my opinion, if you cave like this, then once you show your soft underbelly, then it's just it's just how it is. I mean, you'll never see fucking From Software going shame. Did you guys struggle to beat that boss? Well, you know what, we'll put in a difficulty selector for that boss. That's not a thing.
I don't know. I disagree with you. I think 2022 is the year of the soft gamer, and they're adding more. They're removing barriers of entry to their games. So that moves us to Elden Ring,
because it's a numbers game, right? They want to get sales. I get that. But my comment about From Software was aimed at backwards from games. I'm not talking about Elden Ring. I'm talking about people that struggled with Dark Souls 2 and 3 and shit. And guys that went onto forums and said, "Fuck this fucking game. I can't beat this dude. It's impossible." At no point, I guarantee you, did Miyazaki or any of his staff go "You know what? We gotta put in a patch. We gotta make it easier for this fucking dude. He's having a hard time." They're like, "Fucking suffer, bitch. The game is meant to be played that way, and that's how it is." Think about Sekiro. How many people quit on that, dude? That Sekiro got so how it worked, and I've gone and done research on this because I thought it was fucking hilarious. Sekiro's ratings, right, from all game publishers, right, that were shills or something like that, they all said amazing graphics, amazing sound, amazing design, amazing, too difficult, and then they rated it poorly. So any other game of that type, right, that has 1 out of its 5 categories being poor, being like difficult or hard or whatever, but the other ones are all 5 out of 5s, would rate the game almost a 5 out of 5. But specifically with this, they were so fucking sad about struggling with the game that they fucking slated it.
Yeah, you're right. So going forward, they may make things easier. They're only making games harder going backwards because they added me as a world boss. I will hack yours FromSoft game, and you will have to fight me, and I will ruin your shit. All right?
Because I'll use a trainer or something like that to hack my stats up through the fucking roof. Yeah, so I mean, of course, that's a fucking problem, right? But
there is a lot of speculation. So if you don't know what we're talking about, guys, there is an open vulnerability in all of the FromSoft Demon Souls games where people can hack and take over your computer if you're playing the game.
It's in Sekiro as well, by the way.
In multiplayer, yes, it is. So there is a fear that hasn't been addressed in the next game we're going to talk about.
Because
Elden
Miyazaki
Ring.
has come out and said that it's even more important to them. So they've gone to great lengths to make it easier for people to play together in Elden Ring. So in Elden Ring, like anybody that's familiar with the Souls games, but generally speaking, you always have to have like an item, which usually has a amount associated to it. So you have to actually farm that item or get it, that you have to drop down, and that lets you pull people into your world to help you. And usually you can only do it in certain parts of the. So I'm oversimplifying the whole thing. Now, obviously, there's some convoluted bullshit to this, but the point is, usually you can only do it at certain parts of the map, and this and that, and yada yada yada. Now with Elden Ring, this is a little bit different. With Elden Ring, they're trying to make it so that you can literally do the open world with people as well, which of course increases the propensity of multiplayer happening. And this still to this, what Rome was talking about just now with the netcode thing, is unfortunately something which has not really been addressed by Bandai Namco. They have not really mentioned whether the netcode that is used in Elden Ring is what we know to be the netcode in Sekiro and Dark Souls 3 and all of that. So if this is a 1.5 version of that with not the same security vulnerabilities and everything like that, that's not apparently clear. But the silence on this topic is deafening, because if it was fucking better, they'd come out and say it and just kill the fire and just go, guys, you have nothing to worry about. But the fact that they're staying quiet about it is kind of sketchy.
It's extremely sketchy, and it's scary because there's going to be, like we've been talking about, kind of a theme of accessibility, making things a little bit easier. The co-op portion of it, people being able to come in and help you play the game, for some people is going to be one of the only ways that they can advance in this type of game. So having that possibility closed off at launch, who knows how many people will come back later when that thing is fixed to be a part of that, because that opening rush of these games is peak. Like it's where all the hype is. It's where people want to jump in, play the game, and talk about it, because talking about games is as big, if not bigger, than playing a game. Getting in that first wave where we're all on Reddit, we're all on Twitter, we're all in different content creators' live streams, we're talking shit about the game, and we're playing it together as an online community. And that may be a hit for a lot of people in getting the game and getting sales up. I think participation is going to be high, because there's going to be a lot of people that are just psyched out. They don't think that they're going to be able to play a game like that, or they've never tried a FromSoft game. Although I know a lot of people who've never tried a FromSoft game, this is the game that they want to try. They want to get into Elden Ring.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, selfishly, I love it, because hopefully people come and watch me play. Hopefully people come and watch you play. We have a wager here at the Separated at Birth podcast between me and the Full Measure. Who can complete Elden Ring first? Please put in your votes in the comments of this video and in any of our channels and any of our videos and socials. Let us know who you think's going to win. We're going to tally it up. And as always here, we track it. We will write down your name. If you were right, we will put you in a line. And
if you were wrong, we'll put you on blast. Like you're getting put on blast.
You're going to get put on blast? And if you didn't pick me, I'm going to torture you. I'm going to find you, and I'm going to talk endless amounts of shit on you. So vote for me, all right? So
okay, Iceman.
Elden Ring.
Take it easy.
Elden Ring. Don't you tell me to take it easy. Elden Ring's a massive game. Last night, I was talking about this with you. Last night was UFC, all right, when we filmed this. Last night was UFC. I watch every UFC. I'm a big fan of the pugilistic art and the MMA. And the main sponsor of that UFC, Israel Adesanya versus Whitaker, was Elden Ring. I've never seen a video game that prominently advertised, which means to me they're reading the room. They know this is going to be a massive game. And Bandai Namco. If you're a fan of the channel, you will know that I can't say Bandai Namco. I fucking
you just
butcher
did
it
now,
every
bro.
time.
You just fucking smashed it.
Because I already destroyed my credibility. But they never advertise like this.
Dude, their advertising fucking budget is like 10 US, dog, a year. They're fucking terrible at it. So this almost seems to be like they went and hired someone new. Because this is not Bandai Namco. Their big fucking issue is people don't know when the games come out. They're like, oh, is the new Dark Souls out? Fuck, I didn't know, because I didn't hear anybody complain about it or anything like that. It's a real fucking issue. So to see them, I think you said it perfectly. You said like I think they get it. They in this conversation being Bandai Namco, they get it that this game is hitting on a different level. It's getting the people that would normally go like From Software, hell no, fuck off, I ain't playing that. They're getting those people as well. So
it's crazy. I love it. I see it everywhere. I've seen the hype for this like unlike anything I've seen in a while. And it's funny because like we were talking about 2 games here, Lost Ark. I felt no hype for the anticipation of Lost Ark. It was like, hey, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
But this thing's is a mammoth.
This is a monster. It's a monster.
But I hear everyone and their mother talking about Elden Ring.
Yes.
So this thing could be ridiculous. Ridiculous.
To say that I see this is where it becomes dangerous. To say that I have high hopes for the game is completely underselling that statement. I don't have high hopes from it from like oh my god, I hope I get to make great content for this or anything like that. I have high hopes for it as a gamer. I think that this game, I just came out of Dying Light 2, which as an open world game sucks knob. It's like a game that like that shit. If Dying Light 2 was just a straightforward story focused thing, that game would be getting fucking 10s across the fucking board. But that's not the case. Any case, I don't know. The thing is that game benefits not from being an open world game. Elden Ring could potentially give the open world genre a kick in the fucking nuts that it's been needing for a while. I am not saying this game is going to reinvent the fucking wheel or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying looking at a game which is traditionally viewed as a non-open world experience and then healthily transitioning it into an open world game that makes not only sense for the play experience but also sense for the like I'm not walking around like with my binoculars like looking for okay, there's a tower I have to climb so I can get my fucking bird's eggs and my fucking 5 feathers and this shit. Like that's gone. Like the open world game of today, the open world needs to tell a story. It should not be a fucking device in the game. It should be like, hey, it's an open world so that we can add 400 hours onto the game. It should be part of the story. The open world should tell a story. And by God, does the open world in Elden Ring tell a story?
The open world needs to tell a story in the open world. And part of that, the open world needs to fucking matter.
Yes.
In a Dying Light, the open world doesn't matter.
No, because one building is the same as the other fucking building and it has the same zombies in it. Who gives a shit?
Yes, you're just doing the same activity in a different spot, spread out across this whole giant thing. And then if you went all the way to this corner, you got to run your happy ass all the way back.
Can I give you an idea for a game here quickly?
Right? I like games.
So Dying Light 2, right? That exact game, right? That exact game. But the entire game takes place across 10 to 12 hours in one building. You wake up in a building, it's a skyscraper, you're locked in it, you're at the top floor, you wake up in one of the bathrooms, it's like Die Hard with fucking zombies. You have the parkour, you have the martial arts, you have fashioning weapons from office tools, but all of it just takes place in one building, and when that shit is done, you're done with the game. That's Dying Light 2. Let's go.
I think that'd be great. I mean, they need to make like a raid or like a game of death. Like that would be awesome.
My point is you don't need the open world. They foolishly think you need the open world to make a game like Dying Light 2 cool. You don't. You fucking don't.
Their open world and all their random like occurrences is what makes that a bug-ridden fuck show. You know? Correct. If you tightened it, because you have a good gameplay loop.
Yes,
but you stretch that silly putty out until it's shit.
You make the loop so convoluted that it's like it's the minute somebody actually sits down with pen and paper and goes, hold on, I have to farm how many exotic zombie fucking penises to be able to level up all my daggers and my shit? You're just like, okay.
And it's the same fight over and over again, and it's a random drop off of that same bullshit zombie to get that drop. But to make an open world matter is what it appears they're doing in Elden Ring. Okay, I hit a wall on a boss here or a fight, and it's a unique experience fight. I can't do this right now. I can travel this world, run into any number of unique experience fights, find some that are easier for me, some that I learn the mechanics on, gain some resources, make myself stronger, see artifacts, art design, sculptures in the world that are new, unique, beautiful, and I can appreciate, then farm that out, go across. It might take me down a rabbit hole, down a whole other way. I don't go back to that boss for 8 hours.
Yes.
Then eventually I get enough of the things that I need. I gear myself up. I'm hyped now. I'm gonna go get this motherfucker. You circle back, or you use a fast travel, or you get on your horse, which
Yes.
is awesome. Since
Yes.
Epona was debuted in freaking Zelda, getting on that horse,
Has
playing that,
never been more awesome.
oh my God, it's the greatest thing in gaming, all right? And like,
Absolutely.
now you're gonna get on this spirit horse, go your ass back, fight this boss, and then you're gonna be like, beat you, you motherfucker, and you're gonna blot everywhere. That's video gaming, open world. That's what it should
That's
be.
open
and
world done
I'm
right.
I'm here for it.
Yes,
I'm
no,
fucking
100%.
here for it.
I was watching, so I've obviously, dude, I'm in such a bad space with this fucking game, right? Because on one side, I'm trying to keep myself not watching every bit of content that I can consume
Liar.
about it.
You
But on the other side, this is the side you're referring to. I'm feverishly eating up everything about this game that I can. And I was watching someone play. I guess this could have been footage from the network test, but also the point is that since the preview embargo has been lifted, there's a lot of, and I'm warning anybody that's watching this right now, be careful, because there's a lot of spoilers about this game out there, anything. So if you are trying to go blind, be careful, because there's people recklessly posting stuff about this game. And the point is that to add on to your open world discussion, there's literally something that this person that was playing the game was struggling with a particular boss, so they were like, fucking nope. And so they went back to the open world. They found themselves on a beach farming fucking crabs or something like that. And at that stage, there was like a rain from the big world tree that's in the background in the game the entire time, made like this crystal rain which dropped stuff on the beach. It was just in that area of the map. They ran over it and it gave them some insane fucking buff. And they were like, hold on, if I can ride back fast enough, I can go fight the boss with this buff on me.
Wow.
And they did it. And that gave him the edge to beat the boss.
So, you know me, I always tie everything back to fighting games, and we haven't had this discussion. So that is something that's called emergent gameplay.
Yeah.
And emergent gameplay is just crack in games. When you're a player and you discover this, like, oh shit moment, I can go race back and fight this boss because of this buff. Like, emergent gameplay happens when someone does a move that you didn't expect, which was a dumb random move in a fighting game, and then you just have that eureka moment. Now, okay, when I pressure him this way, they react this way. That's emergent gameplay.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna go punish his ass. So I didn't know that about the crystal rain, because I started dancing because I just heard purple rain in my head. But crystal rain, crystal rain.
Dude, demonetized. Boom.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, I sound so much like Prince, but like, emergent gameplay is awesome, and that you just hyped me up. But something branching off of also what you were saying. Some content creators, since the impression embargo has lifted, have the final build of the game.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, most of the big ones have it, and they've had it for a while.
Yeah.
And I know this because
So watch what you see online.
There was a window that you could apply for this. I applied. I unfortunately didn't get in, but that was already 4 weeks ago. So
Shame.
most of them have had it for weeks already. So for sure. Definitely the big guys, especially the big content creators. But I have to also say most of them are very respectable or respective to their viewers and haven't actually shared it. So it's usually who you have to watch out for are the media houses and stuff. I don't mean to slate anybody, but let's use one as an example. IGN, who will put footage together and not realize the implication of that footage, that pack that they've assembled and putting it out. And then of course you gotta watch out if you're like a fucking Reddit or 4chan fucking. That's like a minefield right there. You are looking for shit, because right now they are some of like if not the last boss fight in the game is available to find online if you're looking for it. So that's not good.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm on full blackout for this game. My hype meter is through the roof. I'm on full media blackout. I'm not looking up any more impressions or anything like that. The ad marketing campaign and what I know and the time that I've had with From Software games, I'm in, baby. Sign me up. Hook electric shock to my nipples. Let's go. I don't even know what that means. It just came into my head. I'm a twisted fuck. I don't know where
so
that came from.
as a final closing our thing to our Elden Ring discussion, I want to leverage an idea with you, and that is that Elden Ring drops on, so not this coming Friday, the Friday thereafter. It drops on the 25th, right? Mm-hmm. And that since it's a console release, it drops at 12 o'clock at night. So 12 o'clock at night for me. But
6 a.m.
I'm just now realizing that doesn't work though, because I'm actually going to be able to play it 6 hours before you.
What? I thought it was worldwide same time, just different. We just be at different times.
No, it's at your 12 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. So when it's 12 for you.
We don't sleep here, baby, in the winner's circle.
No. So what I wanted to suggest is I wanted us to kick off together, but I realize now that that's not going to be a thing.
Who cares? Let's do it.
Yeah, but it's going to be like, I'm going to have it 6 hours before you. See, when it's 12 o'clock for me, it's 6 for you. Then I'm going to be able to start playing. I'm going to be able to start playing at 12. And you'll still have to wait another 6 hours. It'll be like the Dying Light thing.
But we both got Dying Light at the same time.
No, because Dying Light it was adapted to the launch window because it was PC. Console players got Dying Light 2 at 12. We're talking because it was on PC. PC always works with Steam. They do it like per time zone. But console
this is an international
12.
show at the Separated at Birth podcast. And math is not my forte, all right? Iceman don't fucks with math, all right? Iceman don't fucks with numbers. I want to play the game at the same time as you.
Yeah, so that was like that makes me a little bit sad because I have that Friday I have off as well. So I have like 2 Fridays in a row off now. Jesus Christ. So let's put some thought to it. We can work something out, but it would be really cool if we can. We're on at the same time. We're experiencing it together. I think that would be lovely. There's no other person that I can think of who I'd like to hear their impressions of the game live the first time they see it, because I think I've seen more about the game than you have, and I'd love to just hear you go like, "What the fuck?" Like when you see something. Because
I'm ready to be blown.
The game.
My mind. I'm ready to have my mind.
My
blown.
mind or any other body part. It's all good.
Any other part.
Like I'm not a fucking picky guy. Whichever body part it is.
Yeah,
but okay.
Man.
Now, that's it for the games, everything like that. I have been burning to bring this other topic up, and it's something that I've been cooking here at the Measure House. It's like a typical, almost like a drinking game thing, but it's like this. It's like a great way to just pick someone's brain and just get get them juices flowing, right? And so it's a play on the old game of like you go to an island, right? You're marooned on an island, okay? But there's some side roles to this just to make it make sense. So you're marooned on an island. But on this island, you wash ashore with 3 movies, 3 albums, and 3 games. Now, the trick is, for some reason, whichever game you pick, right, on that island, the system to play it on is there. I don't know why. And
electricity.
Yeah, and electricity, and a nice TV, a very nice TV, right? The shit's all there, right? Plus, if it happens to be a game that requires you to be online, for some reason there's also, connectivity. All right, so just to open it up. Otherwise, all we're doing is we're picking like Sega Genesis games or something, right? So the point is, the idea would be that's not so important for the movie and the album part, the music part, but for the game, just to open up the overall selection. Assume that the infrastructure is there for you to use the game, but you're not getting rescued. Like just because you can go online doesn't mean you can let them know where you are. All right. So what I'd like to know from you is what your choices are, and we'll trade them. I'll give one, you give one. I'll give one, you give one. And it's just like a great way. Again, this is definitely something that me and you haven't discussed. So it'll be interesting because, of course, I know some of the things you like and you know some of the things I like, but
this
is
no
really
idea what Iceman likes, baby. It's a whole fucking other level.
Am I going to have to do this again with Roman wins down the line?
That's right. We may have to. We may have to do it on a live show, get the audience involved, because we're in another fucking space here, baby.
Oh shit, Iceman going to be dropping some crazy picks. I like it. Okay, but let's go ahead. Let's start off with music, which is something that we don't talk like nearly enough about. We've killed movies, we've killed games, we've talked about pop culture, all of that, but for some reason we haven't really talked about music all that much. But which albums You know, what do you hope washes up with you?
Well,
on that,
I have to. This is a fascinating one, and this is one that we don't show prep here at the Separated at Birth podcast. We do a rough outline. Hey, motherfucker, this is what I might throw at you today. All right, but we don't dive into this thing and make bullet points. So this one, I had to kind of just while you were talking.
I told you guys, full disclosure, I waited until the last possible minute to tell Roman about this. So of course I had the idea. So if anybody has had a little bit of prep, it would be me, because I've had the idea marinating. Right,
you gave birth
in
to
the juices, right. But I waited until the last possible minute to drop this on Roman, and Roman has had a fucking weekend. So I waited until the last possible minute.
And by Roman's had a weekend, it means Roman's been lying in his own filth, drunk all weekend. Okay,
that's my shit right there. That's my
UFC,
boy.
I had Lost Ark grinding, and when I grind, I have multiple monitors up. So I have music on, I have sports on, I have my game on, and I got my drink on, and I got my smoke on. All right, no, I didn't. But
it's like the one on you didn't get on.
I was the only, yeah, exactly. And it's Valentine's Day weekend here, so I got something else on.
Oh,
so every fluid in me was filled and emptied. All right, these pipes are clean. So I had to think about this topic only while you were just introducing it just now. But I have something for you.
Okay, let's fucking go. Let's go.
So I have to have something that's evergreen, that lasts me all time, that will just be down as historically something that if I'm trapped on this fucking island, I need to be able to listen to at any time. And
on repeat, and it doesn't kill you. Yeah.
It needs to be beautiful, baby. So
okay.
We look backwards before we look forward, and I just need the greatest song of all time to me. All right, Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin 4. I need that album.
Okay.
I need to just live in that. I need the long licks, baby. I just want to be able to, at times when I'm tired of hearing you talk in my ear on this island, say, yo, motherfucker, we gotta go get these coconuts, motherfucker. I just need to listen to just Jimmy Page, just go, baby. All right. And then after that, I need, after a day of stress from living on this goddamn island, all right, I need to kick back and listen to Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. I need that album. It's perfect. I will just listen to Shine On You Crazy Diamond for 20 minutes and just drink coconut liquor that we make out of fucking something. I don't know.
It'd be like coconut milk and urine.
Do you want to go back and forth, or do you want to do all three?
No, 100%. Do all three, and then I'll do my three. Because you got two already, so go.
And then I need a modern rock. But I also have hip hop roots, baby.
I know. This is the thing. This is the killer about this, because if I ask you this in the morning, your answers might be different in the evening. Because three is
These
so
are
little.
The fucking answer. This is the answer, baby.
Okay, let's go.
I covered it.
Come on, number 3.
I need Collision Course, Jay-Z and Linkin Park combined to get me my hip hop push and my rock push. I saw this performed live before Chester bit it. Okay, it's awesome. It'll hype you. It'll hip you. It'll hop
for
you.
Sure.
It's fucking all of it.
That is a fucking wonderful piece of music right there. All I can say for all three of your choices actually is that I hope that you have a nice set of headphones on the island, or amazing.
You said the island will provide.
Oh no. Why I'm saying this is all three of those albums that you've chosen want to be blasted loud as fuck. And I love that. I love that there's a trend there that all of them need to be literally to the point where the speakers strain and they almost start to cut into the music is how hard it needs to be turned up.
Oh yeah. So all three of those albums have things that pump, but they also have things that are just boom, just so chilled. So you can cover the spectrum of emotions that you need at any given time
while you're lost on this fucking island. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got it. So I've given you mine. I need yours, which will be inevitably inferior to mine. But go on.
Let me try.
Lego.
Okay, so firstly, for me, I mean, this is a good segue into mine. Is that I would just simply take Linkin Park Hybrid Theory.
See, I had to have Jay-Z in my life. So
No,
there are a lot of
I get
hybrid
that.
theories.
I get that. But for me, I mean, it's just simply a case of I listen to a lot of like screamo and emo and rock and alternative and all that stuff growing up. Because that was a natural transition for me from like the music that my dad was making and stuff, and actually the items on your list, because that was actually the music that my dad was doing in bands. And I felt like my issue was like Linkin Park was so ahead of the fucking game. It felt like it was like I was listening to the future. Like I'd listened to like music of that genre, and then I heard like fucking Linkin Park for the first time, and I was just like, okay, nobody else. I mean, this is so far ahead of what anybody else is doing right now, and then consequently, they Hybrid Theory specifically reset and tied that whole genre of music in a way that fucking reformed music for years after that. So Chester, I mean, him, Mike Shinoda, these guys, I mean, they made something that was very near to my heart, and I could listen to that album on fuck repeat. It is my favorite thing to listen to while I fucking gym. And it is just,
I love Hybrid Theory.
It's timeless in a way, right?
I love you. That was your pick. Like I didn't influence that. That was one of your picks.
No, that was 100%.
Hybrid Theory is one of my favorite albums of all time, dude. I love it that we both were in that. Oh,
yeah. That was my first one of the three. Okay. Yeah. So my second choice is Audio Slave, like just their actual album Audio Slave, which is obviously their first one. Huge Chris Cornell fan. I mean, what is it with me and liking guys who end up killing themselves? I mean,
I was gonna say you have a type.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's not great. But
who hurt you? Are you okay? Do you need to talk?
No, I mean that's a question somebody should be asking those guys, man. I mean, like, this is I was having a conversation. This is, I guess, a side tangent or something like that. But we went out for dinner on Friday with some friends of Olivia's, and we were talking about like people who die, you know, tragically young or young-ish, and you know, are incredibly successful and everything like that. And I just basically said it's the price of passion. You know, it's the price of it's the demons that you have to fight when you're really passionate about something. But I think Chris Cornell, in my opinion, is probably one of the best voices for me in music in like an exceptionally long time. I can listen to that album over and over again. I mean, Like a Stone is a fucking anthem in this house. But that to me, because my choices for these albums on an island was also music that I wouldn't get tired of, right? And I've in my life so far, I have not gotten tired of these two albums that I mentioned. So I mean, there's just no way. And then number 3 is, I don't know if this is an artist that you would necessarily know, but it is a band by the name of Funeral for a Friend.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They have an album called Hours, which is largely considered a fucking work of art. I think 5 or 6 of those songs have hit like number ones in different places.
Wow.
But to say that I love that band is underselling the word love. I went, once I got a little bit of money behind my name and I could afford things, I went on this fucking excursion to chase down this band, and when they were playing live acts and stuff. This was early 2000s. And I managed to see them, I think, 9 times in 1 year. And I fucking loved it. And the highlight for me is this year around the 7th or the 8th concert that we were at. And if I really concentrate now, I can probably figure out. It's all a blur for me as well, because I fucking like. Obviously, I was blasted most of the time, as you do. But rapacious, yeah. But around the 7th or the 8th gig, Matthew Davies, the lead vocalist, recognized me in a crowd right up front. Because he was like, didn't I see you a month ago, like on the stage? And he grabbed like a fucking like a clutch of picks off of the mic stand was right next to him, and he just like fucking threw the whole thing like just at me like this. And then like that, to me, I have them in a frame here. I'll probably take a picture and put it somewhere, but that was like such a highlight for me. So I love that album as well. And those 3 albums I can listen to on repeat like no problem. So that's why it was an easy pick for me, those 3. Yeah. And that's so those are my 3 desert albums. Now,
that's amazing. That's a great story.
Thank you.
What's the group or act that you've seen the most?
Them, Funeral for a Friend, for sure.
For me, it's Jay-Z. I've seen Jay-Z.
Yeah, isn't it some ridiculous amount of times? Like how many times?
A lot.
So I mean, you have to include Jay-Z then when you pick your desert album because it's clearly that you're that much of a fan, right? I mean,
well,
that's
Hybrid Theory. My teenage years were identified by hip hop. Like the '90s hip hop scene in my teen years was. I mean, you're coming straight off of Tupac, Biggie, right into Jay-Z taking over the world. So like that was my youth. But Hybrid Theory was my late teens album, like early 20s. Like I love
like
that
I discovered it
album
at 17 or 18 or something like that. It was crazy, dude. Crazy.
And I like the only way to squeeze in 3 albums and get them both in because I absolutely adore I think Stairway to Heaven's the greatest song ever written. You know, I love Wish You Were Here as an album. Like it's a perfect album. But the only way I can get Jay-Z and Linkin Park together in there is coincidentally they did a combined album.
Yes.
So
which is a fucking banger though.
I love it. Every song is amazing. I love it.
If I was allowed to pick 2 fucking like 2 Linkin Park albums, that would have been my second pick. Like easy.
Yeah.
I mean, is it Jay-Z featuring Linkin Park? Or is it Linkin Park featuring Jay-Z?
It's both. That take turns. So on some songs, Jay-Z will be the lead.
But I'm saying like who would be the no, I'm asking, you know, for science here, but like who would be the primary artist on that? Who would you say had the other one on as a guest, or is there no such thing?
Not for this. I mean, the album's called Collision Course, Jay-Z and Linkin Park. Like it's like they merged. But I mean, you can see Jay-Z's hand on everything. Like
exactly. I mean, he's a fucking monster producer. I mean,
like me and the wife have seen Jay-Z and Beyonce in concert together, and when they do on the Run, it's a Jay-Z album featuring Beyonce. Like, you know, like it's just crazy, you know. So
and that's actually coincidentally my wife right there as well. She's a huge like Jay-Z and his wifey. Like their stuff, they can't go wrong with that.
Brittany and Olivia are gonna get on Fabulous.
Like
Brittany's Queen Bee. Like that's her nickname. You know.
What is the little Bonnie and Clyde? Like she loves that song, bro. She fucking loves it. Yeah, so I just Googled it while we were chatting. So Collision Course actually says it's a collaborative album with American rapper Jay-Z and rock band Linkin Park, released on November 16th. I just said that. I always want to, because you always have this, well, not always.
Did you trust but verify me?
No. Can I tell you why I did it, right? I've spoken to hardcore Linkin Park fans who slate this album.
Well,
right?
fuck them.
Because they like, no, but I mean that's you know, they just had to have a rapper onto their stuff because their record label told them to, and I'm like, that's not the fucking case at all. Nobody had anybody on. This is like 2 fucking like powerhouses.
Jay-Z was legit a fan of Linkin Park.
Yes.
And Linkin Park, coincidentally, Mike Shinoda, who is a rapper, said the best rapper he's ever heard was Jay-Z. And they were like, if you watch the recorded footage of this, which you can get, where basically every single song has a fucking great, like very personal music video. None of it's like CGI and shit like that. It's actually them performing it live. It actually comes across as people that really fucking get along very well, and it shines in the music. It really does. My favorite thing to do, and this is I discovered this only in the last year. So this is, and I've been a fan of this album since it came out. Like, you know, is to watch young people now react to hearing the album for the first time.
Yes.
Because especially young, like fucking urban people like me, you know, brown people, fucking black people, like watch that for the first time who've never heard of Linkin Park and be like, holy shit, I fucts with this shit.
Yes.
Like, goddamn. You know,
and don't you feel that that album is in a way, I mean, it's now isn't it not like fucking almost 20 years old? It's like 2004 or some shit. Yeah.
2004, yeah.
So I mean, it's coming up on 20 years now, but it still sounds like something that would hit the charts now.
Oh, it would kill. It would kill. It would crush. It's so good.
What was very interesting to me is, and it probably is in a way like killing in a way, right? Is because I don't know if you know this, but Linkin Park, they have like a brand new, like all collected fucking crazy box edition Satan's shop house. Like I'm running out of, like, it's fucking, dude, it's like, it's 8 CDs.
Wow.
So this thing is called something like, let me get you the name's probably, I hyped it up too much now. Nothing can compare to what I just called it.
Nothing compares to you, but ironically, the second band I've seen the most is Linkin Park, and I didn't even realize until just now.
All right, no, because I've seen Linkin Park like I think 4. I want to say 4 times. I want to see
Yeah.
my issue is, right, like I've seen a
Can I
lot of
say my
like
issue?
South African acts like too much, so it blows them out of the water. That's the
Nah,
problem.
I don't count that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of like, local stuff. But I love Linkin Park. I don't love them live. Like I mean, Chester's voice is unreal. Like, but they do not interact with the audience. They just straight play the sets. You
Yeah,
know?
they come. It's like the cookie cutter. Like it's like this is it,
They
and
hit
then you play
every
the song,
song and then they
you
get
go,
out.
okay, bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember 2 of the shows I was at with days, and the people slated them very badly because they didn't do an encore.
They don't do anything. They
Oh.
just play the set and then they get out. But it's like listening to an album cut. They're that clean.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
Yeah, it's almost like you almost feel like they're lip syncing the shit and like just like playing you the album. You know? Because okay, so what it's called? It is called Hybrid Theory 20th, and I told you the name couldn't match up to the fucking the smoke I was blowing. But Hybrid Theory 20th Anniversary Edition. It's 6 fucking CDs, 80 songs, and here's the thing: Collision Course is on there, all the songs, but actually performed live.
Awesome.
So good stuff. I mean, like I of course looked at this now like on Spotify, but it's got a lot of like rarities and demos and stuff like that from like them playing at like weird fucking places. Docklands Arena in London is, for instance, one which was apparently back in the day a fantastic set that they put on. But yeah,
everybody out there, if you have never listened to Collision Course, Jay-Z and Linkin Park, and you're just
what's
a fan
wrong
of
with you?
One or the other, yeah, one, what's wrong with you? But 2, I challenge you to listen to Numb Encore, the collab there, or Point of Authority and 99 Problems.
Straight fire.
And just not fucking bop out and just go nuts to it. It's fucking. Dude,
I feel like listening to it right now, bro.
I know, I'm about to too. That's my homework for right after this pod is done. After I finish this beer.
Dude, that's a perfect psych up to the Super Bowl, dog. Let's go.
I know.
Let's go Bengals. Okay, so that then brings us to we'll do games last. Because potentially we could, I suppose. I mean, we talked a lot about music now. I'm proud of us, bro. Like I didn't think we were like a music podcast, but we spat some fire now with the music. I like it.
I love music. Music is a very hand in hand with everything I do in my life. I judge video games based on the musical score that's a very part of it.
Point.
I love a movie soundtrack. I love movie soundtracks. Like I'll watch
me some Harry Gregson Williams, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. I love you listening to Junkie XL stuff right now. It's like amazing. Like,
dude,
like it's awesome. Like I will just vibe out on music and everything that I do. I believe sound design is an important thing. Huge. I own we both have Shure SM7Bs because we believe in audio clarity. We believe in the ear experience.
You got the Go XLRs going there, everything. Like, no, 100%.
Yeah, motherfucker.
But like, it's just a big part of what we do here. And a part of my movies that we're going to talk about and a part of my games are heavily based off the soundtrack. So please, in the comments, tell us as we do this. Usually on a show, we do bold predictions where we take things from the audience and make wagers. Really, we're not going to get into that in this one, but I'm so curious to hear what the audience's albums are, what the audience's movies are, and what the audience's games are. So please comment in this podcast description.
That's the thing. This is the video. This is the show that we want you to be the most interactive on, because we've really revealed a lot about ourselves. And top 3 picks this, and top 3 that. We want you guys to say as well, because the fact of the matter is we're all separated at birth, and we all fall within this like a lot of the times I find that you guys will say something that I kind of knew already, but you just needed to remind me. And I love those little fucking moments. They're so great. So really, guys, as Roman said, just fucking drop those in the comments. Tell us fucking everything. And this would be a fantastic episode to do a remembrance on, like at some way down the line, where we talk about these and we actually talk about some of the things that you guys have suggested and say how those make us feel. But without any further ado, let's talk about movies. I'm gonna go first for this one.
That's what I was gonna. Yep, go.
I'll do 3 and then you do your 3, right? So
one of mine is a cheat, but go ahead.
I can't wait, bro. Okay, so for me, I mean, so let's start out with one which I don't think you realized how much this movie means to me.
I think I learned last night, but go on.
Yes, yeah, but so for me, this pick is all about, I like a good old-fashioned action movie. I'm a huge fan, and I feel that era is dead in a way. Our heroes are getting old now and are starting to die off. The ones that these motherfuckers that raised us, right? Like, I didn't get raised by my parents, dude. I got raised by Arnie and fucking Harrison Ford and Bruce Willis, and these guys, they were raising me. And so, dude, I am watching you and you're fucking killing me right now. But more specifically, this is an extremely deep fucking, genre to pick from. But Last Boy Scout by, the fucking late great motherfucking Tony Scott, based off of a script by Shane Black, of course, from, Lethal Weapon and, that whole fucking thing. Probably someone who should never direct a movie, but who should 100% fucking write him if The Last Predator is anything to go by. But the point is,
I liked that movie. Eat shit.
Okay, well, I mean, then then you're one of the 7 people that bought tickets, so it's all good. But
just before we go on, I spent a summer watching Predator, the original, every day for a summer.
Roman, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. My wife almost divorced me, but go on.
Yeah, so I mean, I have similar issues with my wife when it comes to Last Boy Scout, because unfortunately I've watched the movie so much that I literally know it from back to back with the quotables and the things to say. I just randomly walk around the house saying it. A lot of it is extremely offensive, and my wife doesn't know where it's coming from. So why did Mr. Milo cross the road? Because his dick was stuck in a chicken. This is good stuff, right?
You are a big pimp looking motherfucker with a hat.
Exactly. Ask me how fat she was. But dude, this movie is endlessly rewatchable for me, and the large part of it is the fact that it's a perfect melding of action and sarcasm, which is 2 things that I love in movies. So that's my first pick. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Last Boy Scout. It's fucking good. Probably the best thing that Damon Wayans ever fucking did. But he killed in this. He killed in this.
You didn't like Blank Man?
No, it doesn't really fucking feature on any list for me. In a way, it does. It features on worst lists, but okay. But I mean, the Wayans brothers as a whole, I enjoy them. There's of course Senseless, the comedy, which I find is like not enough people know about that movie. I don't know if it's one of the lesser known Wayans brothers who just fucking kills in that. But in any case, my second pick, okay, and this was a tough one because I believe that this director's roster is filled with good movies, and this might not be the first pick for most people when they think about this direction. But Christopher Nolan's Inception is a damn near flawless movie, and it's simply because of the fact that it's such a well crafted fucking puzzle of a movie that sticks together, and it's one of those movies. I like movies that make you feel smarter when you watch them and make you gush over them when you're at a barbecue, like, hey guys, how about that Inception? That's some good shit, right? And people go like, bro, I didn't get that movie at all. Are they sleeping? Are we all just fucking dreaming? Are we still dreaming? Is that top still spinning? Like, those kinds of, like, I love that shit. I love the fact that it in a weird fucked up way, it makes me feel superior for liking the movie. And that is the exact reason why a movie of mine is on my list. But go on. Yeah. So I love it. I cannot attach a specific reason for loving the movie because I think the acting is fantastic. The fucking music, guys. I mean, this is Hans Zimmer. Don't fuck with that guy. Okay, the score is off the top. The effects, of course, good. How everything comes together. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fucking so good in that movie. It's just a Tom fucking Hardy. It's got everything. It's got everything. It's just Cillian Murphy. Yeah, it's just Michael Caine. It's the usual roster of people that are in a Christopher Nolan movie, but it's not a Batman movie. An easy pick for me would have been Dark Knight, but I find
Batman
myself.
Begins is better.
Ew. Okay, we could do a whole episode on that shit. But that's my second pick, and I'm just I'm
not wearing hockey pads.
Punch a couple of dogs in the face. Okay, and then last but not least, my third pick, because we've picked 2 actiony, heavy in the pants movies. I do like laughing. I do like a little bit of comedy, and of course, I mean, Last Boy Scout's pretty funny as it is. But like for me, like a lighthearted, get shit faced and drink, and also find a movie that's heavily quotable and that I just like watching. Sometimes I'll even turn this movie on and only watch like 10 minutes of it, or like the last 15 minutes or something like that. Is The Big Lebowski.
Oh.
The Big Lebowski is I mean, it's a Coen's brother movie, so the point with it is Coen's brother, especially their most recent movies, are incredibly, bittersweet and very serious and kind of heartbreaking in a way. And this was really like, Big Lebowski was them going like really into their comedy chops. Like Steve Buscemi in that fucking movie deserved an Oscar, dude. That. Sorry, not Buscemi. I want Turturro, John Turturro, dude. Jesus Ortega, like, dude, come on. I'll put what is it like? I'll shove this up your ass and pull the trigger till it says what fucking click.
I don't roll on Shabbos, okay?
Yeah, dude. It's so incredibly quotable, and it's just so good, and it's a movie that to this day still makes me laugh, like belly laugh at some of the things that happen in the movie. But those are my 3 picks. I can't fucking wait to hear your 3. Roll. Let me hear. Let's go.
Yours are amazing, and there's so much in my wheelhouse. I'm gonna go in a little bit of a reverse order. But the first movie is a culmination of everything I love in cinema. It is a director's cut release, so it is technically 2 movies in one.
Oh, is this a cheat one? The cheat one that you mentioned?
It's the cheat one.
Okay.
Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. The Whole Bloody Affair. It is the combination of Kill Bill parts 1 and 2. Amazing soundtrack, epic boss fights. It is just, it's the UM Pink fight team doing the choreography. It's Quentin Tarantino with all of the best dialogue. It's David Carradine giving the Superman quote at the end that just is never escaped my mind from the moment I heard it.
So good. So good.
It was coincidentally my wife, who's a super fan of Quentin Tarantino.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Dude,
her
Britney's
favorite.
stock just went through the fucking roof. By the way, I'm just letting you know. You can tell her I said that.
Her before her first favorite was Jackie Brown. Then it was then it was Quentin. Then it was Kill Bill, and now it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But
wow, dude. Okay, well, that's got some good taste, dog.
Yeah, and that's just our movie. We love going in and watching Kill Bill. Like my favorite quote, I use it all the time because sometimes I can be a prick. Okay, let me I can be a miserable.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Robert. You're the nicest. Iceman's the nicest guy ever, all the time.
Some days I can wake up and be prickly. I love it when this guy who is like a billion miles away will text me, "You're having a day, aren't you?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, sorry." It just happens to me sometimes. But that ties into this movie because there's a scene where the bride sees Bill outside of her wedding, and she says, "Are you gonna be nice?" He says, I can never say I'll be nice, but I will try to be sweet."
Yes. No, exactly.
And I butchered the quote, but it's because I'm a little tight. I'm a little amped. But I always say that. I always tell my wife, I was like, I'll try to be sweet. I won't ever promise to be nice.
I love how your pick has avoided the discussion of which part is better. I love that. I love how your pick gets both of them in, because that is an endless discussion right there. Which one is superior, part 1 or 2? But when you put them together, they are damn near perfect movie. That's a fucking lovely pick, Roman. A lovely pick. I love it.
That movie just means so much to me. And part 1 is more dialogue, part 2 is more action. So like people where you fit on that spectrum, but I love it melded together because it's just and it's because I only get to pick 3, so that's the way I can get them both together. But I do actually prefer The Whole Bloody Affair as a combined effort.
Yes.
So I could talk endlessly about that movie. I fucking love that movie, but we're gonna move on to number 2, which coincidentally is a Tony Scott film.
Oh, let's go.
It is True Romance.
Ooh.
True Romance will eternally go down as the most watched film in the winner's house. Roman wins. This movie is played annually multiple times a year. It is just
people that think Christopher Walken is a joke. Watch that shit. Watch how he
You tell all
eats
the
up.
angels in heaven you've never seen evil so singularly personified and in the face of the man who killed you. All right?
He
That
eats
is-
with Dennis Hopper. Those, my God, dude. Like, I want to watch it right now.
Oh, can I get one of those Chesterfields? Oh, so cool. Like Gary Oldman as the pimp. Nah, it ain't white boy day. Like,
no,
it is just,
dude.
it is one of the best
What a
dialogue.
great pick, Roman. What a great pick.
It is my movie. And it's not just for this topic that we brought this up. It is a movie that it is watched here. It was watched 2 days ago in this house. Like, we watch it all the time. It is my wife's favorite movie. She swears it's a Tarantino movie because he did help write it, but it's not a Tarantino movie.
I didn't know that. Is that a thing?
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino helped write True Romance.
Fuck me.
But it isn't. But it is not a. It's not a Tarantino movie.
Dude, I just remember James Gandolfini is fucking terrifying in that movie as well.
James Gandolfini is the lead bodyguard for the Cogoni crime family. Michael Rappaport, Brad Pitt is a stoner. Like, it has everybody. Sonny Chiba is in the movie.
Yeah,
who is
dude,
also
that is really like
in Kill Bill.
That shit's firing on all cylinders, dude. That is a fucking great movie.
It's a perfect action movie. It's got some of the best dialogue. You can feel the melding of a Tony Scott action movie with that extra hit of a Tarantino dialogue in it.
That's very true, because the dialogue, I mean, that's of course what Tarantino's known for. The shit is like popping on that. Like, I mean, like, I can imagine, now that you say this to me, Roman, where the fuck have you been my whole life? But that makes the whole thing, the dialogue with Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken, way more poignant, because that feels like a Tarantino dialogue.
Yeah, so please, everybody in the chat, if you haven't seen True Romance with Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, do yourself a favor. Stop watching me.
Yeah,
please.
Go fucking watch it right now. You can squeeze it in before the fucking like Super Bowl. Just go. Just. I mean, by the time you hear this, the Super Bowl will be passed. But you get what I'm saying. It's a ridiculous. Fuck, dude. Good movie. Okay. Jesus Christ, your first two picks are killing me, bro. I can't wait for your third. Let's go.
My third pick will disappoint you immensely, but
from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows.
Exactly. The third film, it means too much to me.
I will fucking kill you.
Captain America: The First Avenger. I have to watch it.
You rat fuck.
All the time. I love that movie more than I can ever explain.
I feel like you're just bringing that to the island to piss me off.
I'm not. Well, yes, but I am not. I love that movie.
Hugo Weaving's Red Skull can suck my fucking wiener.
It's the Rocketeer. It's Joe Johnston. It's
not. The Rocketeer is the Rocketeer. That is it. No, the Rocketeer like shits on Captain America.
Get out of here. But this is my list, okay? You go on your island. All right, you get
We're on the same island, dog, and I'm snapping that DVD over my knee while you sleep.
You go beat off in your freaking grass hammock while I'm watching.
Dude, I will bury that CD somewhere, and I'll make a fucking treasure map that leads nowhere.
It makes me so happy. Unrequited Love, with him and Peggy Carter. Before this movie came out, this movie came out, I don't know the year, I think 2009, 2010. My firstborn was born in 2005. From the minute he came out of the womb, I called him Bucky. So
really?
I called his nickname was Bucky.
Man, that's very cute.
And then when he saw this movie, he was 7. And the first words out of his mouth when we left cinema was, "I know why you call me Bucky." I cried like a bitch.
Shame.
Because he's my partner.
You tell me shit like that, dude. I mean, that changes the picture a little bit.
And I can just turn it on, watch it for any amount of time, and I have a big smile on my face. It's my favorite Marvel character. That was a joke to be a fan of Captain America before this movie came out.
That's my favorite thing about loving Captain America, is how people just like, now you get people like being Captain America fans, and you're like, oh, he's not a pussy. He's not like this nice guy, this fucking guy. Like, he's the motherfucking glue that keeps all this shit together. Yeah. And he's the purest of them all.
I would go to every party that was a costume party dressed as Captain America with a ridiculously tight spandex outfit. I would put
with
a
the little
cucumber
wings, the little wings on the head. Like...
I would put a cucumber in my pants, so you just see this massive member, and people would like they couldn't know if it was real or not. So like,
Captain, is that a shield in your pocket? Yeah, you just happy
I'd
to
be
see
legendary of the streets. I would hear rumors later of girls talking behind my back saying, "Holy shit, Roman, what the fuck?" And I was like,
"Holy shit,
baby,
Captain, you're loaded. Let's go."
Captain packing, baby. And I love that movie so much. But those are my movies. Started out with a bang, maybe to some ended on a whimper, but that's just how it goes when you're rolling with me.
No, I mean, dude, I give you a lot of fucking shit if the day is long, bro. Easy peasy. But I get why you pick it, and if you attach a beautiful story to a movie like that, bro, like that changes the whole thing, because you could have been telling me about Postman Pat, but you have a good fucking like a memory attached to that, and I go with you on that fucking journey, and it makes the movie that much more impactful. And you did the whole thing without mentioning Red Skull once, so I mean,
why are you failing?
I can't fault you for that, dude. So no, but that's lovely, man. That really is. Look, the character, we can sit here and gush for another hour about how much we both love Captain America. So I mean, that's easy peasy. And I do believe that Joe Johnston, you know, deserves all the flowers, because he's responsible for some fucking amazing movies. Like Rocketeer to this day is, you know, like when you watch a movie and it just makes you smile like a bitch.
Yeah, I just talked about it, but go on.
That's Rocketeer.
No, it's Captain America: The First Avenger. Moving on to video games. Let's go.
Let's go, dude. I fucking love you, man. Okay, so games, we're gonna do this one different. We're gonna alternate. So you're gonna go one, then I'm gonna go one, and then you're gonna go one, and so on and so forth. You get it? Okay,
let's do it.
You go first.
Fuck. All right, so I had to break this down into a game that I could play infinitely amount of times, and I had to really think about
how your head works, dude, because I'm in the same way.
The first game is a game that I've put more hours in than any other game ever, and I can just pick up right now and play.
I know what it is. Can I guess?
I don't think you can guess, but go on.
Really?
Yes, I don't think you're gonna guess.
Oh shit, it's not Smite?
No, fuck that. I would never play Smite on that island. Let me let you know.
No, because you pissed me off.
I pissed myself off.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so what is it? Go.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Really?
I love that game. I could just pick it up and play Final Fantasy Tactics, because the game can just keep going forever, and it'll just get harder and harder. And I love it. I just love it. It's like chess. It's I can play as Cloud. Like I love the job system. I like mixing things up, and then it to me it's awesome. I fucking just love Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a game that I can play forever. If I'm on a plane, if I'm going somewhere that long distances, I can just throw it on.
Because that's your handheld poison right there.
Yeah, it's my crack, bro. I love it. It just makes me so happy, and it's got a banger of a soundtrack. But go, your turn. Let me.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow in the train of thought that you have, because I for me it was like one game that I never get tired of, one game that I always want to get better at, and you know, like that. So that was kind of like the criteria how I flowed through my games. So one game that I never get tired of is Magic the Gathering Online. Like, and so that's why I added the whole thing at the beginning, where I was like, because Magic the Gathering Online is useless if you don't have online, of course. So it to me it scratches so many fucking of the it's the collector itch that it gets there. It's the fact that, you know, the sky is the limit with which decks you build and how they fit together. You could be a guy that says, I will never play anything except red, you fucks. I want to burn the whole time, and then you can just do that. But more than that, it's the fact that, to me, it's the preferred way that I would like to play chess. I can play chess and I can do that, but to battle wits with someone with a fucking card game where, you know, there's a little bit of luck to it, like could you get mana starved, could you get fucked with, but there's a lot of that problem solving, especially when you start diving deep into black and blue and all of that, and it's a game that, like, I always find myself coming back to. It pisses me off immensely when I take bad beats in that game, but it is something that is always, you know, from starting out with the actual cards, of course, has been something that I've always thought, like, Jesus, this would be so cool if they could actually find a way of making it digital and make it work. And Magic the Gathering Online right now does exactly that. It does exactly that. So that's my first game.
That's so funny that like our first two games are a game that we could play infinitely, and they're tactical games. And I think of Final Fantasy Tactics as like me playing chess. That's what fires into my brain. That's awesome. My second game, all right, is the greatest fighting game ever made. It is the game that made me famous. It is the game that made me money in them streets, that got girls in those sheets. I would be the king of the arcade. I bought a cabinet of this game. All right. It is Capcom versus SNK 2 Millennium Fight 2002. Like,
Jesus Christ, what is with the name of this game?
It's a ridiculous game.
Does it fit on the cartridge or does it go all the way around? What's the font size, 2?
It's the greatest fighting game ever made. And if you've never played this game,
I've never played it.
Please just Google the soundtrack. It is bangers of songs. There was a bet between Capcom and SNK. They were like, we're gonna make fighting games. All right. Capcom, you get a year. SNK, you get a year, and then we'll alternate.
We'll smash them together or what?
And then no, we'll alternate who makes a game using our characters. So Capcom versus SNK 1 was Capcom making an making their version of the SNK
Help me
characters.
out here, Roman. This is like a game that's got like the Final Fight characters in and stuff like that.
Final
right?
Fight, Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury,
Dude,
King of Fighters,
I have
Street
no
Fighter,
idea what this looks
Red
like.
Earth. It's ridiculous. Capcom versus SNK 2.
How many characters?
There's a lot. It's like 50, but it came out
Jesus
in like
Christ.
2001, 2002. It's amazing. It's the
Is
best
it one of
fighting
those
game ever
partner
made.
fighting games where you have like someone standing that you can swap with? Is it one of
So
those?
you get tactics. You can do a 3v3 battle. You could do a 1v3 battle. You could do a 2v3
Wow.
battle. It has what is called the ratio system. If I'm really good with Terry Bogard, I'll pump him up to a 3. He'll have more HP and hit harder, but I can fight a team of 3 people that have lower HP and lower, but there's 3 different fighting styles I need to adapt to. And then there's the systems. If I am only an SNK player, I can choose S Groove and play like I'm playing an SNK game. If I'm used to playing Street Fighter, I can pick C Groove and I can use the 3 bars of meter like if I were playing a Street Fighter Alpha game. It has so much variability in it. For a game that came out in 2002, it is the best fighting game of all time. It is my favorite game. It is the game that I spent hours and hours and hours at the arcade. You couldn't get me off this
have the cabinet now, right?
I own the cabinet. It is in my basement. I love the game. It's what
I'd love to have my ass kicked.
I'd give it to you. I own it. I own it infinitely. I own it on everything it was available. It came out on the PS2 when it came to consoles. I own the original CP3 cabinet, Capcom Play Systems. It's the best. But just for everybody at home, just Google the soundtrack. It is just amazing. If I hear any one of the tracks in that game, I cream in my pants and it instantly
pumped
takes
up,
me
baby.
back.
Let's go.
Oh my god, it's great. So it is the best fighting game. You can make it whatever you want, and it's the merging of my 2 favorite franchises, Capcom and SNK, and it's great. It's great. Fight me. Let's go.
I love it, dude. Okay, so my second game, there's no way in hell that you could pick this. There's no way in hell, and I think it might surprise you. But my second game is what? Mist.
Yeah.
Did you say like the fucking the adventure game?
Yeah.
No, it's not Mist, but Jesus. but Jesus. That's all I've got. But Jesus. Okay. Mist. Fuck. Like I'm gonna let me solve this puzzle by looking at fucking snapshots of fucking rooms. Fucking hell no, dude. Like, I mean, I'll go down and fucking at some point I'll explain exactly how much I hate adventure games like Mist. But you can tell, right? No, my second game is actually Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Wow. It's only the second best Zelda game.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why I picked it, right? So my island games, right? Like I said, one of them has to be a game that I don't mind playing for like forever, and that I constantly feel like I'm getting better at. And then the other one, my second game, would be a game that I wish that I put more time into. And now that I'm stuck on a fucking desert island, I can actually do that. I have a huge regret, and that is that I've never finished Breath of the Wild, first of all. and I did not manage to put in nearly the amount of time into it that I wanted to. And I had so much fun the time that I did spend with that game. And I feel it's a game that you can easily plow 250, 300, maybe 400 hours into, and you'll still have these weird, like you said, emergent gameplay where you randomly show up at a camp and they do some stupid shit and it just makes everything fly fucking, crazy. So I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I thought it was fucking amazing. I mean, goddamn, I hope we get a sequel soon. But it is something that I need to circle back on at some point. And what better thing than being stuck in a desert island to do it? So that's my second pick.
I love that game. Amazing soundtrack. And it's funny because it's like Paul McCartney. Like it's classic Zelda songs, but played backwards and digitized. So it's like you get this weird like member berry tingle that you can't quite figure out because it's a song that you know but don't know. It's a beautiful game. I absolutely adore the Zelda franchise. Zelda is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and it was hard for me not to put it on my list. There are no Zelda games on my list, but Zelda to me is the pinnacle of gaming. It's like storytelling, music. You have a silent protagonist where you can impart all of your emotions that you're feeling through the game onto that character. It's beautiful.
And plus you keep on getting to break into people's houses and smash everything and look for rupees, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's like I'm just rocking your house because I'm looking for some purple gems. Get the fuck out of my way. I've got a big sword. Back away. So,
for my number 3, it breaks my heart that a Zelda game isn't on the list, but I can only pick 3. We're on an island, and sometimes when you're on an island...
And it's okay, I'll let you play my Zelda. It's fine.
I'll play your Zelda, but as a man, there's sometimes you need to play with something else, all right? I need to play with myself, okay? All right? So I had to pick a game where my protagonist gets it in, baby. My protagonist...
Dude, I love it. I know what your pick is. I know what your pick is.
You don't know what my pick is.
I do.
All right. My protagonist needs to have epic storytelling, great combat, long-form narrative play, and gotta get the dick on, baby. My game is The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. All right, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Geralt fucks. There are 3 whorehouses in the game that you could go to. Okay,
you have standing memberships at all 3. Let's go.
All right. I could pick a Triss gameplay. I could pick a Yennefer gameplay. I could just hang out at Cripple Cates or the Passiflore and get it on. All right. It's got fantastic storytelling. This includes the 2 expansions, by the way. Heart of Stone is one of the greatest pieces of single DLC that there ever was. All right. Then Toussaint is just a gorgeous continent. I love every character. I want to hang out with Dandelion. I want to hang out with, Zoltan. I have daughters, so like finding, Ciri and doing all of that in the game is a big deal. I think it's such great storytelling. I love Douglas Cockle's VO of Geralt of Rivia. The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt is amazing of a game.
Damn near perfect game. Damn near
perfect game. And it has ridiculous amounts of side quests and things like that where you can just live in this world, and then eventually you get a house, all right? And you could just like live in that house and like do all of that, and it's just like I can always pick it up and replay it.
That's also a game that was ahead of its time.
I've done 100% completions of the game, all right, which is
Did you
like
say 10?
ridiculous.
Did you say 10? So you've done 1,000% completion.
Yes, with like it's ridiculous with every possible ending. I love it. I love it. And Geralt fucks, but
he does.
That's just it's the greatest, man. It's the greatest. So yeah, that's my game number 3. The Witcher 3.
Fucking knew it. I knew it.
It's my fucking shit, bro. The chair. This just came out yesterday, and I got it.
Is juicy as hell.
It has
can I ask
leather.
Can I ask you to just?
It smells like dead cow. I love it.
Have you just taken some time to absorb the accent on the back? That red.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's got red.
No, on the back of the chair.
Wait.
So.
What?
So if you just go back of the chair. Ooh. Now watch the red. You see how the red pops?
Yeah. Oh, you got your silver?
Yes.
You got your steel. Sword, baby.
It's almost a shame to have to sit on that thing.
I know, because I can't see it.
Yes.
But I love it. I love it.
That's good stuff.
Look, I got it autographed.
What?
I got it autographed. See it right there?
By whom?
Geralt of Rivia.
you fucking mutt. Just come on. Oh, dude, I like that. I love your third pick. It is a game that's very near to my heart as well. I mean, I don't think nearly as much as it is to yours, but that's cool. I mean, that's how this shit works. But it's also, I mean, it's a game that's built for longevity for sure, and it can go a long way. That's damn sure. My third pick is gonna fucking make you sad in your pants, dog. Like how you felt about, like, you know, you picking Captain America for me. I fucking guarantee you this inverts your penis. Okay, like okay, but it's World of Warcraft. It's my third pick.
I love it, but I can't go back. I could never go back.
Yeah, but you know why? Among the multitude of reasons why I can't go back to World of Warcraft, I would be remiss if I didn't say that right at the top of that list is like, bro, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. And if you take that out of the equation, if you give me a timeless situation where I can just sit and grind shit out at my own leisure while drinking coconut fucking milk infused with rum and just fucking sit there and fucking in my own filth, I don't have any responsibilities, I got no bills to pay, I got no time to keep. That's the game that I'll probably play, because there's just, and actually, to be honest, you could fit any MMO into this point. So if you're listening to me say this now, you're like, bro, World of Warcraft would suck my knob. But you're like, are you a Final Fantasy player? Then that's the same thing. It's a game that offers you unlimited time. And again, like I said, the thing where you're like, you don't feel pressure to be like, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Because to me, that has always been the biggest gating factor when it comes to an MMORPG, something like World of Warcraft, something like Lost Ark, is that I just wish I could give it more time. And what better way of doing that when you're lost on a fucking island, you don't know where your shirt is, you're friends with a fucking basketball, like, you know...
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, you're busy fucking watching Captain America, so I can't fuck with that. So I mean, I don't want to walk in and accidentally see the Red Skull and get pissed all over again. So I mean, I give you your fucking free time, and so I play World of Warcraft. But it's awesome. And the thing is also, like, for me, always with MMOs, the thing that I've enjoyed the most is the farming aspect of it. I like getting herbalism to 1,000. I like doing that shit. I don't want to be pressured to do raids where people tell me to, don't fucking step on more fucking dots, you fucking ramp up the damage. What's wrong with you? Why don't you taunt? And I don't want to hear those things. I hate people. I just want to do my own thing. And that's like playing, like, it's almost like I want to play an MMORPG alone. You're not people, dude. You're a force of nature. So that would be my third pick, and that's this is an exceptionally, all three categories, by the way, and I think you'd agree with me. It was exceptionally hard to choose, because the thing is, like I've loved much more than 3 games in my life, and the same for music, and the same for I could make a 15 list, I could make a 50 list, easy. I've never
had better experience. My greatest experiences in video games, the things that made me emote more than anything in the world, that just hit me different, was in World of Warcraft. Like, World of Warcraft, there were times in that game, the highest of highs
and the lowest of lows.
They've hit different. Yeah. And the friendships ended, arguments.
Yes.
Like, the game brought out so much. It was...
And you have to give the game something for that. You have to.
Oh my god! It was an amazing period in time, but I could never go back.
No, exactly. Like I can, when if I look at my Blizzard, like my Battle.net launcher, and I'm like, it's always there, bro. It's always there. It's looking at me. It's in the corner. It's winking. It's going, hey, I just got a new expansion. What's up? You want to come check me out? And then all I have to do is I have to remind myself of that, like, always feeling like I didn't have enough time. And I'm like, no, fuck you, I'm out. Like, I don't need this shit. I don't want anything fucking, showing my inadequacies in time management. I'm not going to do this. Fucking, me and you will always talk about each other. We'll never walk together again. It's how it is. But that's it. Like I said, it's just... What I really enjoyed about this, and I'm going to tell you right now, is like how every single thing on your list even Captain America, which I give you a lot of shit about. But every single thing on your list, I could have easily picked for mine as well. And that is no bullshit. I can say that to you with a fucking clean heart, bro.
Same.
So that means we can get lost on the
games.
island together, baby. We can get lost on the island together.
If you found anything in this conversation that you align with, that you agreed with, you too are separated at birth. Please put all of your movies, video games, and music in the comments of this video. Let us know where you stand on that. We won't slate you. We won't rip you. We just want to know more about you as you go on this journey and you get to know about us. But as my partner said, there were so many things on his list that I personally just adore. The only one was, and I've never played that Magic the Gathering online game, and I'm curious about that. I have played Magic the Gathering, the card game. I don't know how the online would work.
Stay away from it, Roman. It's literally crack laden with crack.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm a fan of crack laden on crack, but I implore everyone, all right, join in the comments of this video. We really want to hear your comments on this. Please, and as we do in all videos, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with somebody, comment on the topics today. And remember, if you want to have your comments submitted for the show, please use the email in the description of this video. We look forward to reading your comments live on air, diving into it. Who knows? You may get Shiny McForehead Steen, you may get Iceman, you just may get plain old Roman Wins and the plain old full measure. But either way, we're here with you on this journey together, and I'm going to pass it to my partner so he can end today's journey so I can get more liquored up for the next journey. We'll see you next week. My buddy, send us home.
Dude, thank you so much. As always, I want to say thanks in two different ways. I want to thank you for making the time to hang out with me. I fucking love you, dog. These moments that we spent together are becoming more precious to me as time moves on. But I also want to thank the audience for making the time to hang out with us, to watch us gush out our heads and our thoughts and everything like that, for you to peruse your way through and enjoy. But need not worry, this is merely the start of it. There's going to be much more of this, and we can't wait to go down this road with you. But as always, it's just super important that you take care of yourself and your loved ones. Be fucking kind to someone, otherwise just be kind to yourself. But we'll see you next time. Fucking cheers.